All right, so ladies and gents, just got something to show you guys quickly. Just before we continue on, all right, so this gold trade that I'm in actually is working out nicely in my favor. I've actually moved my stop loss up into profit now already. The time now is South African time, so I just want to show you guys. It's still the 12th of August. It's the Monday. I did a live this morning. I told you guys I'll go live as soon as something happens. So. Yeah, so it's now basically 20 past 6 on a Monday night, South African time, 12th of August. And I have to say, this gold is absolutely just gunning for it. So it's already $202. And the pound USD is absolutely also doing the second leg now as well. So as you can see, volumes are nice. Because the Americans are trading now, a lot of other markets are open. So there is a lot of movement now in the markets, and I must say I'm very, very proud because I jumped into this pound USD trade down here at the bottom already. Down here it went up, put me in the minus, but then it did jump up. I jumped in early on this trade because I know that there is a big significant how can I say it, support here with that gap there. That was there. I knew that there's a lot of buyers in the market, so that's why I went in prematurely without checking to see breakout structure and all those like things. It was just an educated guess, and it's working in my favor. I already moved this stop loss also up to below this low here. It's confirmed to be a low because here's the second one. We made a higher high, so which means that is a confirmed low over there. All right, so now as this one it's also, if this also breaks above market structure there and makes a new high, then I will move my stop loss up to there. The same with the gold as well. It's now just a trailing gold. So I do see there is also some movement over there, but and according to the way I trade, yes, that is considered a low, but I don't necessarily want to move my take profit up to there. Just in case it comes down to find support at this level over here. Let me just I just want to take this. You see, because there is a nice support over here. Let me just break it down so you guys. All right, so yeah, so it might pop back down just for a little bit to the side. So I don't want to move and get stomped up prematurely. I want to ride this wave as much as I can and make definitive lower lows or higher lows and higher highs. So I'll just ride this wave up all the way to the top and see how far it goes. But so far, $204 plus the $30 on the pound USD. Now, coming to the US yen, I do see that we've got some structure forming here and at this resistance over here. Now, this resistance where it's forming here is actually has been a very pivotal point throughout the market, throughout this market, or throughout this push to the upside here. It has been used a couple times as a resistance and as support, so it's finding some resistance over there, as you guys can see. So what I'll do is I'm going to wait for this one to break structure, to break this resistance, come back for a retest, do a second break to the upside, and if that second break forms a higher high, I will definitely put in a buy order on the first initial breakthrough high that was there, the breakthrough candle. On that breakthrough candle, on the high of the breakthrough candle, I will definitely put a pre-order of a buy in there, because that will confirm that yes, we are busy with an uptrend. This sell-off that happened here is just because of interest rates and talks of interest rates coming from the US and coming from the Bank of Japan. People lend money. They lend the yen because that is unfortunately the Bank of Japan or the Japanese currency has got very low interest rates on it. So people tend to lend more yen when they know that there's a market or a rake or height rake spike or something coming up. That's why the yen did so good over here, and that's essentially what happened here. But the buyback will start to happen now soon, and I think this run is over. It's just people, buying yen. That's making the yen a bit stronger, because the yen, of course, has got very, very low interest rates. That's why people buy yen or trade in the yen, or store money in the yen. I try to explain things as simple as possible so you guys can understand what's going on. But yeah, that's my outlook just for the market. I'm just going to keep these trades in. This one, I'm still convinced that we will see the euro push a bit down and hopefully pick me up over there. There's a pre-order in there. I'll just wait for it to get there, and yeah, we'll work it up. But I'm glad the gold is doing good, but it's getting to a very solid resistance over here. So we might see a bit of a turnaround coming from here as soon as it gets to that. But it's knocking on the door. It's been knocking there once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. All right, so it's knocking on this $2,476 mark. It's knocking on the I want to go back and just show you guys something while I'm here. I just want to go to the daily time frame here. I just want to show you guys something quickly. Why this knocking is so very important when it comes to trading. Let me just I just want to show you guys what it did here as well. So this was a nice resistance. You guys can remember before we broke the 2000 mark. You can see the market was knocking on this this resistance, knocking on it, and the knocking got shorter and shorter and shorter till eventually it just knocked and it broke through. That's what I know it's not a technical term or not a term people use, but it's terms I use to make trading easier for me, to make trading understandable for you. So as you can see, this knocking here, there, knocked on it there, knocked on it there, knock, and then eventually just pushed to the upside. So what's happening here is exactly the same. So it's knocking and it's knocking and it's knocking and it's trying to break through this 2000 to get to the 2500 mark. So I did also, if I remember correctly, I did put on the 2500, I did put a mental resistance on the 2,500 mark, because I'm sure that gold wants to get to that 2,500 mark. Let me just get down to, that's the daily, so I want to get down to the 6 hours quickly. I like trading on the 6 hours. Oh, it's one of my favorite. I love trading on the 6 hours. You avoid such a huge amount of disaster when you trade on the 6 hour time frame. Like, that's a positive one. I would have gotten into that. So it just gets you into the trade like in the middle where I am basically. So you're sure that you are in an uptrend. But anyways, if you can see on the 6 hours, you can see that it's been knocking. It's been knocking, knocked down. But from this knock here, we have a low. And from the second knock, we have a higher low. So it didn't manage to come all the way down to find support at this level over here. So as we see the knocking there and this is a higher low, we might see another knock, so we might see a significant sell-off coming over there as well. But if that happens, I'll just go with it, go with the sell-off, and work with what I have. To catch that sell-off there, you have to go down to the lower time frames, like the 30-minute time frames, to see when you do see a turnaround happening here. Then you can at least get out the trade earlier. And and be prepared for whatever comes. So you can just move your stop loss. I'm already, what's that, $73? Yeah, $73 in profit. I might move it up a little bit more, but I'm sure we might not see a very big pullback coming from when it comes to this $2,476, and then it's probably going to try and make its way to the $2,500 mark. That's just a mental number. So it's probably going to go up to that area over there, but we might see a bit of a turnaround coming from here. That's why I don't want to necessarily move my stop loss, my profit, higher and follow it, because I do see that there are two main, how can I say this, stops in the future here. But that's just my analysis, and I'm not going to take up too much of your time now, because it's 9 o'clock on our time. So I'm going to knock off, and I will see you guys at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning again, South African time, and we'll see what happened with this trade over here, because the gold is doing absolutely nice, and I must say that the pound yen is also busy. Pound USD is also busy going back to the upside, and I see substantial amount of volume in the market. I just want to see the gold, if there's volume. Yes, there's nice volume. Now the volume is tanked off a little bit, but there was nice volume to create that push. And you can see nice volume over here that created that first leg there. Nice volume over here that created the second leg. We might see a third leg, and then we might see a bit of a breakdown to a retracement all the way to the 50% to where this line over here is. To that line over there, or all the way down to this support over here, because this is a more stable support. If I look at previous usage of this line of the support or resistance, it's more of a stable support. So we might see a breakdown to here and then a push for that 2,500 mark, which is right up there. So let's hold thumbs, let's see, and let's hope it gets there. And that will be quite lucky if I can get all the way up to there. I might just put a mental take profit there as well. I might just for my own sanity. That'll be a $367 gain. I'm more than almost 3/4 of the way there. So we'll just see if it goes to there, but we might see a bit of a pullback coming from this angle, and then we might see a push to the upside, because I think a lot of people are aiming for this 2,500 mark. All right, but yeah, that's mine. I will see you guys tomorrow, of course, right early 8 o'clock South African time in the morning for another live update. From my side, cheers, have a good one.